Imagine being one of the biggest stars in your country, loved for your music, admired for your stage presence, and respected across the globe for breaking boundaries in Afrobeats. And then, suddenly, your personal life gets dragged into the spotlight in the most painful way possible. That's exactly what Nigerian superstar Tiwa Savage went through back in 2021, when a leaked sex tape of hers went viral across the internet. Fast forward to now, Tiwa is finally opening up in detail about what really happened, and she's pushing back against all those harsh rumors that painted her in a negative light. In a powerful and emotional new interview, she's setting the record straight, saying she was the victim of blackmail and betrayal, not the mastermind behind the tape. Her story sheds light not only on the dark side of fame, but also on how society reacts when women become victims of privacy violations. During her conversation with the American radio station Hot 97, Tiwa Savage made it crystal clear that she never released her sex tape intentionally. She wanted the world to understand the truth. The footage came out after she refused to give in to a blackmailer's demands. Back in 2021, when the tape first surfaced, speculation spread like wildfire online. Many people, including some with large platforms, suggested that Tiwa herself had leaked the video in a desperate attempt to stay relevant, gain sympathy, or even boost her career. In her new comments, she strongly denied all of that. She explained that if she had ever wanted to release something so personal, it would have been done in a way that was intentional, polished, and completely under her control, not in the messy, humiliating, and traumatic way that it happened. It's also worth noting how global this story has become. The fact that she chose to share these thoughts in an interview with Hot 97, a major American radio platform, shows that she knows her message goes beyond Nigeria. Issues of privacy, blackmail, and victim blaming are not limited by borders. They affect people everywhere. By choosing an international stage, Tiwa ensures her words reach a wider audience, sparking dialogue not just in Africa, but also across the US and beyond. Her courage to speak up may influence how future cases are discussed in the media and how society responds when celebrities face similar challenges. In the end, Tiwa Savage's story is about more than just a leaked tape. It's about the resilience of a woman who refused to be silenced, the importance of empathy in a world quick to judge, and the reminder that being a victim of blackmail should never be twisted into a scandal. Her words offer both healing and lessons. Healing for herself by taking back control of the narrative, and lessons for all of us about how we can do better when faced with stories of violation and trauma. As fans continue to celebrate her music and her artistry, Tiwa is showing us that her legacy won't be defined by gossip or rumors, but by her strength, her voice, and her ability to rise above the noise. For Tiwa Savage, the aftermath of the leak was just as damaging as the leak itself. Instead of being supported as the victim of a crime, she was often treated like she was to blame. The singer admitted she was shocked by how quickly people judged her, how many rushed to believe the worst, and how much negativity was thrown her way. She described the experience as incredibly painful, not only because of the embarrassment of such private footage being made public, but also because of the cruel narrative that she had somehow orchestrated the entire thing. It was like being victimized twice, first by the blackmailer who tried to exploit her, and then again by society's reaction that refused to see her as someone who had been violated. What makes her comments even more powerful is the way she explained how people with influence, people with platforms, microphones, and followings added fuel to the fire. According to Tiwa, some of those individuals didn't hesitate to pile on, making jokes, spreading the rumors further, or outright accusing her of seeking attention. She said this was particularly disappointing because these were people who should have known better, who could have shown empathy, and who could have used their voices to remind the public that leaking someone's private life is never acceptable. Instead, many of them contributed to her pain. Her honesty about this detail reveals just how much it hurts when not only strangers, but also those who shape conversations fail to stand with the victim. Another key part of her story is how she emphasized the emotional weight of the experience. Tiwa said the sex tape leak wasn't just a scandal for her, it was a traumatic chapter in her life. She described how she had to wake up each day and deal with the whispers, the online comments, and the headlines, all while carrying the heavy burden of being misunderstood. Even though she had no control over what happened, she was forced to constantly explain herself. And while she admitted that she tried to carry herself with strength publicly, the private toll was enormous. Her message is clear. Behind the headlines and gossip, there's a real human being living through a nightmare. Tiwa also used this interview to highlight the broader issue of victim blaming, especially when it comes to women. She pointed out that when a man's intimate video surfaces, the reaction is often completely different, sometimes brushed off, sometimes even treated as a joke or a badge of pride. But when it's a woman, suddenly the judgment is harsher, the criticism is sharper, and the blame is shifted onto her. By sharing her own painful experience, she's calling attention to that double standard. She wants people to recognize that leaking a woman's private content without consent is not only a violation, but also something that should never be twisted into a question of her morality or career. What's inspiring is that even in the middle of recounting this deeply painful episode, Tiwa Savage also showed resilience. She talked about how she managed to keep moving forward with her career despite everything. She continued to release music, perform at major shows, and collaborate with global stars, refusing to let the scandal define her or derail her path. This strength is one of the reasons she remains such a respected figure, not just in Nigeria, but worldwide. Her ability to turn a moment of vulnerability into a platform for truth and awareness is something that sets her apart. She's reminding fans and critics alike that she's more than the headlines. She's an artist, a woman, and someone who won't let her story be rewritten by lies. The interview also gave Tiwa a chance to reflect on how she views her personal life now. She explained that she has learned to guard her peace more carefully, to be selective about who she trusts, and to protect her mental health in the face of constant scrutiny. Fame brings incredible opportunities, but as she made clear, it also brings exposure to people who may try to exploit or harm you. Her comments serve as both a cautionary tale for others in the industry and a powerful reminder that celebrities are human beings who deserve privacy just like anyone else. One particularly striking part of her interview was when she addressed the people who accused her of using the leak as a publicity stunt. She firmly rejected this idea, explaining that nothing about the experience was glamorous or beneficial to her career. In fact, it was damaging, humiliating, and exhausting. She said that if she ever wanted to do something to generate publicity, it would never involve exposing her most personal, vulnerable moments. Her words cut through the noise, showing just how unfair and unfounded those accusations really were. As her story spreads once again, Tiwa Savage is becoming a voice for others who may have gone through similar violations. Whether it's revenge porn, blackmail, or leaked private videos, these situations can happen to anyone, and the stigma often keeps victims silent. By speaking up, Tiwa is not only reclaiming her own narrative, but also giving courage to countless others who may feel ashamed or isolated. She's turning her pain into a powerful conversation starter about consent, dignity, and respect in the digital age.